longer not needed or wanted here.
A'ja Wilson, she has been the catalyst for this run here for the Aces. Paige Bueckers has been named the WNBA Rookie of the Year.
They said the GOAT debate in the WNBA was over, that A'ja Wilson had closed the book, sealed it, and left her signature on the final page. 4 MVPs, 3 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and a dominance that left even her haters silent. She was supposed to be untouchable. But then Paige Bueckers happened. Under the bright lights, with history watching, Paige didn't just break the rookie scoring record, she shattered expectations. She hit impossible shots.
Do you punish Paige because her team was terrible? Or do you reward Sonia Citron because she stepped up big time in fourth quarters? Or do you reward Paige for being the best first through third quarter player, being all first team, if she would have been all WNBA first team if games ended after the third quarters?
Turned defenses inside out and made veterans look like they were a step behind in their own game. Suddenly, the whispers started. Wait, is this the real GOAT in the making? Because here's the truth. While A'ja Wilson reigns as the queen of established greatness, Paige represents something scarier, the next evolution of it. She's not just playing basketball. She's rewriting how the game looks when played by someone who reads defenses like a veteran and scores like a cheat code. Wilson has the trophies, the stats, the dynasty. Paige, she's got momentum, youth, and a game so refined it feels like she's been here for a decade already. And that's the tension that's tearing through the WNBA right now. Do you measure greatness by longevity and legacy, or by sheer impact? That feeling that you're watching something historic unfold right in front of you. Because when Paige dropped 30 on the Sparks with ice in her veins, fans didn't just cheer, they felt it. A shift, a moment where the GOAT conversation cracked open again, and the league had to ask, is A'ja Wilson still the standard, or has Paige Bueckers just redrawn the line? This is her hoops, and today we're diving into the real WNBA GOAT debate of 2025. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because what you're about to hear might just change how you see women's basketball forever. To understand just how wild this GOAT conversation has become,
cutthroat. Look at A'ja. Got to her spot. She said, oh, I'm scoring right here. You could see her. So no matter what I'm scoring, I'm pulling up. That's cold-blooded right there. And I'm saying that because you got to understand, as a leader, she took that to the chin. Like, I would have been shaking in my boots taking that shot. I mean, they're loud. They were loud. I heard them through the screen. They were loud. My laptop was like shaking. It was loud. She didn't shy away from the moment at all. And guess what? That's what a leader does. If you miss it, you take it on the chin. You can't be mad at her.
you need to see where both stories began and how fate decided to throw gasoline on the fire. Because before Paige Bueckers ever stepped foot on a WNBA court, A'ja Wilson had already built an empire. The Vegas Aces were her kingdom, a dynasty forged on discipline, dominance, and that unstoppable mid-post game that broke defenses before the ball even left her hands. So when Sports Illustrated dropped a headline calling her certifiably the GOAT, it didn't even sound like hyperbole. It sounded like fact. The only debate left was by how much. But that's when Paige Bueckers, the so-called rookie experiment, crashed the party. Fresh out of UConn, she wasn't supposed to be here yet. Not like
Paige Bueckers just had one of the greatest rookie games ever. Not only did she score 44 points, but she was 81% from the field. It was the second most efficient 40-point game in WNBA history with 93% true shooting. Ironically, the first belongs to Kelsey Plum, who not only got to keep her record, but spoiled Paige's career night by hitting the game winner. And Paige wasn't just scoring layups, she was hitting tough bucket. No rookie in WNBA history has ever scored more than 40. And Paige's 44 points in a single game puts her at number 10 on the all-time.
this. She was supposed to learn, adjust, maybe have flashes of brilliance. Instead, she started torching veterans, dissecting defensive coverages, and hitting dagger jumpers with the poise of a 10-year vet. And the moment she dropped that record-breaking performance, fans began to draw comparisons nobody dared whisper before. Could Paige be next? Could she actually challenge A'ja's throne? The timing couldn't be more cinematic. As Wilson raised her third championship trophy, Paige was rewriting rookie history. One defined greatness through dominance. The other is defining it through disruption. And in the middle of it all, the WNBA has found itself staring at a brand new kind of rivalry, one that could reshape its entire legacy. Let's break this all down. Not with hype, but with hard basketball truth. Because greatness isn't just about numbers, it's about impact. And both A'ja Wilson and Paige Bueckers have been redefining what that that means in two completely different eras of the same league. A'ja Wilson's dominance is structural. She built her legacy from the inside out. Power, precision, and unshakable consistency. She's not flashy for the sake of it. She's surgical. Her footwork in the post is textbook. Her defensive timing is elite. And when she locks in, you can feel it. That quiet intensity that makes even other MVPs crumble. In her last 16 games, A'ja didn't just perform, she dominated history.
A'ja Wilson looking at me like this, powered by the leg sleeve. Please don't make me get into it. Please, when they drop that highlight reel of her, we gonna get into it. That's a battery-powered something. She got rocket packs on that leg. Trust me, look at this. It powered her up above. Look. Oh my gosh, that's perfect form! Over two people. Big women, too. Those are two big old ladies right there. Those are two huge ladies. She's not shooting over just a random person. That's DeWanna shoot when she wanna. Period.
Nearly 27 points per game, a rebounding machine, and an efficiency that borders on robotic. You don't stop A'ja Wilson, you survive her. But then there's Paige Bueckers. Where Wilson imposes her will, Paige hypnotizes you. Her style is all rhythm and IQ, a guard who plays chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Watch her footwork. She floats into her jump shot like gravity doesn't apply. Her off-ball movement, surgical. She'll lull defenders asleep on one possession, then torch them on the next with a backdoor cut so quick it looks choreographed. And that's the terrifying part. Paige doesn't play like a rookie. She plays like a revolution. She's not just fitting into the wing's system, she's bending it around her. Her understanding of spacing, timing, and how to manipulate defenders makes her look like she's been in the league for years. Where A'ja dominates with power and control, Paige disrupts with elegance and chaos. One breaks you down physically, the other mentally. It's like watching two different generations of greatness, the mountain and the meteor. Wilson is the rock the league is built on. Paige is the quake shaking it to its core. And if you're wondering which one truly deserves the GOAT crown, well, that's where things get messy, because the next phase of this story isn't about stats. It's about what happens when unstoppable meets undeniable. Here's where the debate turns explosive, because it's not just about what these two women do on the court, it's what they represent. A'ja Wilson isn't just the face of the WNBA, she's its spine. Every time she steps on the floor, she carries the... Enter Paige Bueckers. Paige doesn't have the accolades, she doesn't have the rings, but what she does have is something far rarer: momentum. She's the player who can make the WNBA's future feel like it's happening right now. When she dropped 30+ in her rookie season and broke the scoring record, she didn't just win a game, she won attention, and attention is power. You can feel the tension on social media, fans splitting into camps, A'ja loyalists shouting, 4 MVPs, 3 rings, show some respect, Paige believers clapping back. Legacy starts somewhere, and you're watching it begin. Even players have begun to weigh in. Wilson's teammates call her the blueprint. Paige's defenders call her the revolution. It's not personal, it's philosophical. Because the question now isn't who's better, it's what kind of greatness matters more. Do you value dominance that's been proven over years, or do you value the kind of raw, undeniable brilliance that breaks the system in real time? Wilson's greatness is the certainty of excellence. Paige's is the threat of what's coming next. And when those two collide, something dangerous happens. The WNBA doesn't just have a rivalry, it has a power shift. To really understand how seismic this A'ja versus Paige rivalry is, you have to look beyond the highlight reels, deep into the architecture of their games, their personalities, and the very systems.
She still was pretty good. She was still pretty good down the year. So yeah, no real issue with this. The Paige fans are victory lapping my Sonia Citron Rookie of the Year take from a month ago, because of what team records. 14 and 27 team always disappeared for the whole game, then won several key goals in the fourth quarter. Look, I don't mind it too much. I think the voting, the fact it wasn't unanimous, is probably a good thing as well. Citron at least got 2 votes.
That built them. A'ja Wilson's game was forged in dominance. She's the product of years of refinement, Team USA training, championship pressure, and a Las Vegas system designed to maximize her every touch. When she catches the ball in the high post, you can almost see the defense collapse in panic. Her footwork is polished, her body control unmatched. She doesn't play for applause, she plays for validation. Every rebound, every block, every scream after an and one, it's all fueled by a chip on her shoulder that never left. Remember, Wilson wasn't always always celebrated like this. Early in her career, she was questioned, too emotional, too vocal, too confident. Now, those same traits define her power. And that's the irony. A'ja didn't change. The world did. Now look at Paige Bueckers. Her game is chaos wrapped in calm. She doesn't overpower, she outthinks. Her court vision is supernatural. She'll drive into traffic like she's fearless, but she's not reckless. She's reading you, testing your reactions, setting you up 2 plays ahead. That's what separates her from most guards. She's not reacting, she's directing. And that's why she scares veterans. Because she's not supposed to be this good this soon. A'ja's game represents the system. Refined, dominant, predictable in its excellence. Paige's game represents disruption. Creative, instinctive, unpredictable in its brilliance. It's power versus poetry. Control versus chaos. And the league is quietly realizing something. You need both to survive the next decade. The balance between those.
She sees the 2 biggest. This lady has the longest leg. She has the longest limbs, probably. I think she got the Guinness, like last week they even presented her, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's my cousin. She said she saw them. My cousin, she's on the board. My cousin's on the board for the Guinness World Records, right? They gave her the plaque for the longest limbs. A'ja doesn't even care. Is that not suspicious? She doesn't care. She looked at her, said, whatever, girl, get off me. Spins around, sees the world's longest limbs. You feel me? She sees an offensive tackle or a right guard. The New England Patriots coming up here. You know, she's tackled a few. Believe it. She's not even scared. She's smiling. I can see a smirk in her eye there, a glimmer. Do you see that glimmer? Like she's taunting them. Oh my gosh. Squared up perfectly. Lord.
Those 2 forces, that's what's about to reshape everything we thought we knew about the WNBA. Here's where it gets bigger than basketball, because the A'ja Wilson versus Paige Bueckers story isn't just about stats or trophies. It's about the identity of the WNBA itself. For years, the league has struggled to balance tradition and transformation. The old guard, the Candace Parkers, the Diana Taurasi's, the Sylvia Fowles of the world, built this league from blood and grit. They fought for credibility, for exposure, for respect. A'ja Wilson is their living legacy, the product of everything they endured. But Paige is the new era the WNBA's been praying for. Not because she's replacing anyone, but because she's expanding the conversation. You see, A'ja represents the league's foundation: stability, dominance, validation. Paige represents what's next: viral reach, marketability, a connection with Gen Z that no one's ever harnessed this perfectly before. She's the bridge between the game and the brand. And that's what's making the executives at WNBA headquarters sit up straight, because for the first time, 2 forces, one established, one emerging, are creating a perfect storm of attention and legitimacy. When A'ja wins, it reinforces the league's credibility. When Paige shines, it multiplies its audience. Together, they're turning women's basketball from a niche sport into a mainstream movement. Think about it. A'ja brings the soul, Paige brings the spark. One defines the game, the other redefines it.
I think the Mystics are happy with Sonya. I think the Wings are happy with Paige. And I think the media, I'm not going to say they got it wrong, because I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I think it's good that Citron got a vote. Had 2 votes. I think Paige deserved Rookie of the Year, not in a absolute, complete landslide like it ended up being. But I still think she deserved Rookie of the Year. I'm not going to go and say that that it was a robbery, even if my take up until 2 games to go was Sonya Citron. It was a close one.
When A'ja Wilson raised that Finals MVP trophy for the 3rd time, she didn't just silence critics. She redefined history. 4 MVPs, 3 championships, 2 Finals MVPs, all by age 29. Numbers so unreal, they belong in the same breath as Jordan, LeBron, and yes, the GOATs of every era. But here's the thing people keep missing. A'ja Wilson didn't become the GOAT overnight. She built it through years of being undercredited, overlooked, and underrated. Remember when she finished 3rd in MVP voting behind Breanna, Stewart, and Alyssa Thomas? That snub didn't break her. It ignited her. And this season, she didn't just dominate the league, she owned it. Back-to-back 30-point finals performances, a game-winning shot that sealed the championship, and a legacy that now stands untouchable. Still, there's something poetic about what's coming next, because while A'ja's throne feels secure, there's someone quietly building her own empire. Paige Bueckers, the rookie who's not supposed to be in this conversation yet, but somehow now already is. And that's the beauty of this moment in women's basketball. For the first time in history, we're not talking about who's next. We're talking about what's possible.
A'ja Wilson has proven that you can be dominant and dignified, powerful and poised. She's the standard that every